If you're dealing with hip impingement, you should probably try this workout. Hey everybody, Coach Willem here from Restored Strength, and I have a workout for you to do if you're dealing with hip impingement. So if you're dealing with some stiffness in the front of your hip from sitting all day, maybe when you're squatting, you're feeling some tension or some pinching around the front of your hip, this workout should help loosen up some of those areas and strengthen those muscles to help relieve some of the tension that you're feeling throughout those motions. So what we'll need is a light mini band, a medium mini band, and a light extra large band here. And so before we get started with the resistance bands, what I want us to begin with is some windshield wipers. We'll be doing about 10 reps on each, or 10 reps total, so think 5 reps on each side. I want to have my knees bent, my arms are at my sides. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my knees to the right side, and as I do that, my head's going to turn to the left. Now I'm going to windshield wiper my knees to the opposite side, and as I do that, my eyes and head turn into the opposite direction. So that's going to be 1 rep or 2 reps so far, 1 on each side. I'm going to turn my head and then alternate. This is going to be 3, 4, and you're going to go up to 10 reps total. Next exercise is going to be a banded pelvic tilt. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our band, we're going to place it underneath our low back. And you want to go right about in the middle. So that way there's about an even amount of slack on each arm. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to push your low back into the ground, creating tension right around the belly button and just slightly below the rib cage. You're going to feel pressure and tension as you're pushing your low back into the ground. What you're going to do next is you're going to grab your bands just like I am right now. You're going to pull your band out to the side, bring it back to center, and then alternate. You're going to pull your band out to the side, bring it back to center. Now, when I'm doing that, what we're looking for is the tension in the band. So as I pull the band to the side, there's not any slack moving. There's a lot of resistance here. So if my low back wasn't being pushed into the ground, here's what that would look like. There would be no tension. The band would fly out. So the goal is to keep consistent tension on the low back to the ground as you're pulling from side to side. As soon as you've done 1 pull on each side, you're going to relax the pelvis, push back down, then repeat. And with this, you're going to do 8 reps total. As soon as you're done there, you're going to be using your mini bands. You're going to place the lighter mini band around the center of your foot, and then you're going to get your medium mini band right below the knee. And so what you're going to do next is you're going to pull the bands apart lightly, not enough where you're over exaggerating the motion, but enough to create a little bit of tension. You want to then next push your low back into the ground. From there, you're going to pull your heels towards your butt, feeling that tension behind the legs. Then you're going to push your feet into the ground and raise up slow. And then from that position, you're going to bring your hips down. Then relax. With this, we want to make sure that the chin is also tucked down. So that was a lot of information, but let's begin from the top. What we're going to do is we're going to push our low back into the ground, pull the bands apart, pull the heels, then raise the hips up by pushing the feet into the ground. Slow and controlled on our way back down. We're going to do anywhere from 6 to 10 reps here. As soon as you're done there, we're going to move into our side plank with banded clamshell. So I want to begin with my elbow below my shoulder. My knees and hips are stacked on top of each other. This band is right above my knee, and from here I'm going to bridge up from the side. Then at the top, I'm going to push my feet together and slightly pull that band away, feeling tension around the glute. I'm going to bring my knees back down, lower my hips, then I'm going to repeat. So I'm going to push my elbow and knee into the ground to raise my hips up. From that position, I'm going to push my feet together, Lightly pull the band apart, bring it back down, slow and controlled. You're gonna do 5 reps on each side. The last thing that we're gonna do is a 90-90 contraction. And what I want us to do is we're gonna go into a 90-degree position with our hips. So we're gonna start with our feet together like so. And from here, we're gonna have one leg down, one leg up. And what I want us to do is you're gonna pull your knee down and you're gonna raise this front foot forward. So the angle of this should look about 90 degrees, and same thing back here. What I wanna do next is I wanna take my chest and rotate it so it's in line with the front of my thigh. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slightly lean in forward. And the next thing from here is I'm gonna get my knee, I'm gonna push it down into the ground. So my chest is going to be raised up as my knee pushes down into the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, relax. You can just sit down a little bit further into your hip. Then I'm going to repeat. I'm going to keep into the new position that I'm at, hang out here for about 10 seconds, and then I'm going to repeat. I'm going to push my knee down into the ground. I should be feeling the tension onto the side of my hip and in through the inside and the back of my leg as I'm pushing down. After 4 seconds, I'm going to relax the leg. I'm just going to slightly lean in forward as much as I can. Then I'm going to sit here for 10 seconds and then repeat one more time of pushing down hard into the ground for a 4 count, then relaxing and sitting into the position for about 10 seconds. We're going to do 3 rounds on each side. Go ahead and give that workout a try. Let me know how that feels, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below.